how to make mochi ice cream, and it's actually very simple. The mochi only has 3 ingredients, and I have them all out here. We have sweet rice powder. You can find this at any Asian store. I use the Mochiko brand, which is the name brand. So you start with 1 cup of the sweet rice powder. The second thing you will have is half a cup of white sugar. And then the last ingredient in your mochi is water. And you may be wondering why my water is purple. I think it's fun to have colored mochi, so rather than just having white mochi, we just kind of use some food color to the water, and that'll make our mochi purple. So what we're gonna do is, the first thing we'll do is I'll have my daughter again start with putting half a cup of sugar into a bowl, and then add your cup of water. And all we're going to do right now is just stir until the water and the sugar is finely mixed. While she's mixing that, you may wonder why I have cornstarch here. This doesn't go into the mochi, but once the mochi is ready to start rolling, it's very sticky. So the cornstarch is used in lieu of flour to kind of make it not stick. So this won't be used until later. But this is the 4th ingredient that you're going to need. Okay, so the sugar is melted. So what she's going to do now is mix in the 1 cup of the rice powder. And it's going to be fully incorporated. Once it's fully mixed, what we're going to do is we're going to put it in the microwave for 2.5 minutes, and that's going to help it cook. Okay. So this is how fine you want to go ahead and have it. So just mix the lumps out. And then we're going to go ahead and microwave this for 2.5 minutes. You can cover it if you'd like. I have a cover for the microwave, so it's just going to go in there. Alright, so now the mochi has just cooked for 2.5 minutes. It's very hot. I'm going to go ahead and take it out of the microwave, and I'm going to stir it. It's not yet ready. This is what it looks like right now. So it's about halfway done. Want to mix it until it's nice and consistent. Okay, so now I'm going to put it back into the microwave for another minute. And while it's microwaving, what I'm going to go ahead and do is now start the prep for rolling it out. I'm using a Wilton cake dividing wheel. This is something that you can get at any craft store. I got it at Michael's. It works a lot better than a cutting board or flouring your workspace. It's not a non-stick surface, but it is washable. And then I've got a rolling pin and a cookie cutter. I think at this time we can kind of flour our workspace with cornstarch. What we're going to do is when we take the hot mochi out, we're going to cool it on here and then roll it out with the rolling pin. So our mochi is now done cooking. And again, the bowl is extremely hot. I'm actually going to use what it now looks like. So that is cooked. So you want to just kind of stir it a bit. It's very, very sticky. And I'm going to cool it for about, before you put it on the surface, you want to cool it for about 30 seconds. Just let it sit, because otherwise it's just going to be really hot to work with. I'm actually going to grab a spoon for my cornstarch. Okay. So what you do is, again, make sure you have cornstarch on your work surface and just let the mochi sit on the surface. Okay. So what we're going to do now is just put some cornstarch on top. And with the rolling pin, I'm going to start rolling it. So I didn't get enough cornstarch on the side, so it's a little sticky. I'm going to roll it into a circle. You don't want it very thick, otherwise the mochi is going to be very thick. So just nice and thin, like how you would roll out cookie dough. Okay, so that's how I want it. So what we're going to go ahead and do at this point is just let it cool. And it's going to cool for at least 20 minutes. You want it very cool before you start the next process. Alright, so our mochi now has cooled, and I let it cool for about 30 minutes. So as you can see, I went ahead and already cut it into round. So it's a really nice purple, kind of the color of taro. So what you want to do is, before you do the next process, you want to go ahead and just lay your pieces of mochi on a plate. So it's just easier to work with. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And I got 10 circles from this mochi, and you can probably re-roll the edges that you haven't cut. All right. So as you can see, we have our mochi pieces that we're going to work with, and our next step is to start filling it with ice cream. So our next step now is we're going to fill it with ice cream, and what you want to do is, about the day before you do your mochi, you want to scoop your ice cream into balls and refreeze the balls. If you do not ball it in advance and you ball it while you're putting it in the mochi, your ice cream will melt. So I'm going to have my daughter go ahead and grab the ice cream from the freezer. Alright, so here what I've done is, as you can see, it's pre-balled. We have two flavors. It is strawberry and our matcha green tea balls. So what we do is you take a piece, you want to work really quick because it will melt, and you kind of start pinching the sides together, like so. And here's your matcha green tea ball, excuse me, your strawberry ball. And let's go ahead and we'll do green tea. See, as you can see, when you ball it ahead, it's nice and hard. That's going to prevent it from melting. You do want to return it to the freezer if you're not going to eat it immediately. So again, just pinch the sides together, and it's up to you whether you want to use the bottom side or the top side. You know, like it like this. And you just keep on working it. And I would probably only do maybe 4 or 5 and then return them to the freezer because especially today is really hot. It will start melting. So I'm going to do about 5 and then we'll return them to the freezer. And there you have it. These are our matcha and strawberry mochi ice cream. And our next part is after we freeze it a bit, we'll take it back out and enjoy them. All right, so now comes the fun part. Our mochi's ready and my 2 assistants are going to go ahead and take a bite and let you see what's inside. Thanks for watching.